안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to Tuesday's edition of The Culture Wave. I'm Kwon Soa in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date with K-entertainment, K-sports, K-travel, K-everything. Now today we're joined by my co-host Walter Lee in the studio. Hello, Walter.
Hello, Soa, and happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm Walter Lee. I have the latest in K-Enter news. That's K-entertainment news just for you, so stick around.
Walter, in today's program, we have a travel theme going on.
We do.
Not only can we look forward to our second series of our K-summer travel segment, but also you're going to talk about idols traveling for tours and also idols that are time traveling.
Yes, it seems to be the theme these days is time traveling, so I can't wait to talk about that.
Oh, I see. Well, let's just kick off with K-Enter then. But before we talk about time travel, we have more Blackpink news carried over from yesterday.
Yes, we do. So yesterday we did talk about Blackpink's global success on the global iTunes chart with their new single, Jump. Now today, Tuesday, Jump has soared to #1 on Spotify's daily top songs global chart. Now, what makes this so special? This actually marks the group's third time topping the chart following their other songs, Pink Venom and also Shutdown in 2022. And that's the most chart toppers for any K-pop group. Now, as we've talked about as well, Blackpink recently sold out the North American shows of their world tour, Deadline, kicking off over the weekend at Sophie Stadium in Los Angeles. Now, the girls are the first girl group ever to sell out 2 nights at the Sophie Stadium, drawing a record-breaking crowd of 100,000 over the 2 days, according to YG Entertainment.
And I also saw a few hours ago how Rose posted on her social media pictures of Bruno Mars enter because Bruno Mars also sang with her 아파트, the song, of course. But now let's jump over to our next story. And now we're going to talk about time travel with NCT Dream.
Yes, maybe it is going to be a dream one day for people to travel, but for now, NCT Dream are back with their 5th studio album, Go Back to the Future, centered around time travel theme. They held a press conference for the album on Monday in Seoul. Now, Go Back to the Future follows the members as they travel through time and space in search of their most radiant selves. Now, if the kind of title sounds familiar, that's because they drew inspiration from the film Back to the Future. The concept features a hoverboard time machine that lets them explore the past, present, and future. Now, member Haechan shared 2016, the year we debuted, represents the past, while 2025 is set as the present. Now, the future is imagined as a surreal world where a quirky version of NCT Dream exists, complete with superpowers and everyday interactions with AI companions. Now, the album features 9 tracks, including dual title tracks, BTTF or Back to the Future, and also Chiller.
Now, Walter, we're going to talk about something that just a few years ago might have seemed like something you would see in the future.
Yes.
We're going to talk about AI idols. And I mean, we've been doing the show for less than a year now,
Yes.
but haven't noticed the increase in virtual idols that we've been reporting on.
I know. I always thought this was not going to take off. It's actually really fascinating to me. And I have to say, I think it may be catching on. The virtual idol group Plave have a concert coming soon called 2025 Plave Asia Tour in Seoul. Now, this marks Plave's first ever Asia tour since their debut, with concerts scheduled from August 15th to 17th at the KSPO Dome in Seoul. Now, the final show on August 17th will be screened at around 10 Lotte cinemas and 20 CGV theaters. Should be specific, although this is billed as an Asian tour, all the shows will take place in Seoul. But on August 17th, this will be screened across certain locations in Asia, so check out their their website for more details as to where in Asia they will be screened.
So Plave, we've also got Huntrix and Haeundae Boys.
Yes.
Who's going to be next? Maybe our very own Adi?
Maybe.
But before Adi is going to join a virtual K-pop group, she will continue to give us the latest news on the culture front. Adi, over to you.
Hello and welcome to your AI guide to the latest cultural updates from Korea. Here's our top story. Korea's southeastern city of Busan will launch new tour programs and revamp existing ones to mark the inscription of the petroglyphs along Banggocheon Stream on UNESCO's World Heritage List. Busan will add a new daytime program dubbed Time Tour to complement the existing Beautiful Moonlight Tour on Saturdays and rebrand the Sunday Family Tour as the World Heritage Tour. Both programs include visits to the Banggocheon petroglyphs and the Petroglyph Museum, with a focus on immersive cultural heritage experiences and education. Bookings are available through the city's AI-powered tourism platform, Wada, Ulsan, accessible on both its website and mobile app. Gyeongju City is stepping up efforts to enhance convenience for international visitors ahead of the APAC summit set for this fall. In its latest efforts, the city has collaborated with the non-profit organization BBB Korea to provide real-time phone interpretation services in anticipation of a potential surge in foreign tourists. BBB Korea connects users with thousands of volunteer interpreters who offer 24/7 support in 20 languages over the phone. The service can be accessed instantly through a mobile app. Gyeongju plans to promote the service at key locations frequented by foreign visitors, including APAC venues, restaurants, and hotels. Are you a fan of Korean instant noodles? Then you don't want to miss this. Nongsim, Korea's top ramen maker, has launched K-ramen experience stores called Noguri's Ramen Shop at the Yeouido and Jamsil docks of Seoul's Hangang River bus ferry service. Visitors can buy Nongsim products at CU convenience stores at the docks, then head upstairs to cook their own ramen using instant cooking machines. The shops are decked out with a Noguri character photo zone and quirky cup noodle-shaped tables, bringing a fun, hands-on twist to enjoying Korea's ramen. The Hangang bus ferry, connecting 7 docks from Magok to Jamsil, is currently running a trial service ahead of its official launch this September. That's all from me. Stay tuned to the Culture Wave.
In K sports, Korea's swimming team declared its intention to break the world record in the men's 4x200 freestyle relay ahead of the World Aquatics Championships 2025. 19-year-old new member Kim Young-beom is raising the team's expectations. Cha Eun-kyung reports.
The Korean national swimming team, including Hwang Seon-woo and Kim Woo-min, held a media day at the Champion House of Jincheon National Training Center ahead of the upcoming World Aquatics Championships 2025 in Singapore. But 19-year-old Kim Young-beom, who joined the national team for the 4x200-meter freestyle relay swimming, made the headlines by declaring his intention to set a world record at the upcoming World Championship.
Our goal is to reach the finals and win a medal in the 100-meter freestyle and set a new world record for 800-meter relay swimming.
Kim Young-beom, who is almost 2 meters tall, is expected to be a game changer for the national team as he recently beat swimmer Hwang Seon-woo in the 100-meter freestyle. Kim also impressed in the 200-meter freestyle with a time of 1 minute 46 seconds. That is the reason why he's confident of setting a new record. The national team is targeting a time of under 7 minutes for the 4x200, which is faster than the Asian record set at the 2022 Hangzhou Asian Games by setting Kim as a first swimmer.
If Kim Young-beom makes it to 1 minute 45 seconds when he starts, we can possibly make it to the 6-minute range.
Swimmer Kim Young-beom's ambitious declaration is getting attention. The finals for 4x200-meter relay swimming at the World Aquatics Championships 2025 takes place on August 1st. Cha Eun-kyung, Arirang News.
Here's a note to Arirang TV viewers. We are conducting a survey for our programs, including The Culture Wave, to meet our viewers' expectations. Please visit us at www.arirang.com or on the mobile app Arirang TV to give us your valuable feedback. You also have a chance to win some Bluetooth earbuds and K-pop merch. During the month of July, the Culture Wave is introducing Korea's top summer travel destinations. Now, last week we talked about a place in the heart of Seoul. For our second K-travel spot, we go down south to the country's second largest city, Busan, and to be exact, to the beach, Haeundae Beach. We now connect to someone who knows the charm of the vibrant coastal city better than anyone else. It's Christopher Boyd Tressler, a writer and editor for Busan Beach magazine. Hello, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Hello.
So, Chris, please tell us a little bit about yourself, including what brought you to Busan. I mean, how long has it been and what do you do there?
Oh, well, I'm originally from the United States, and I do a bit of everything. Mainly, I'm an English professor of conversation at Pukyang National University. But I'm also the contributing editor to the Busan Beat magazine, which focuses on giving residents and visitors an in-depth guide to the city. And as well as I'm an occasional reporter for Busan English Radio, Busan Yogo Bangsong. I came to Busan in about 2012 and really enjoyed it since. I started out near Seoul, but since I came down here, I've been here for 13 years because the people here in the city itself, it's really an amazing place. The people are very warm and very kind, and there's always something to do, and it's kind of more relaxed than other cities in Korea.
Right, and today's focus is not only Busan, but Haeundae Beach. So what was it like the first time you went there? Maybe from a foreigner's perspective, and how would you describe summer season at Haeundae?
Well, when I first visited Busan, first visited Haeundae, it was 2011. And it was September, so it wasn't really summertime. But I was still impressed by the beach itself. I come from the Great Lakes region in the United States, and our beaches on Lake Erie are always covered in what we call zebra mussels. So you can't walk barefoot. After moving to Busan and getting to experience the summertime in Haeundae, I was really impressed by the atmosphere. In my hometown, there are very few places to play carnival games and only a handful of places to grab ice cream. But there's so many near the beach here. And I was really impressed by just how to do it, how to get out of the beach. It's just steps away from the beach, and you can do it all year round. And I was honestly impressed. Now, summer in Haeundae is always super busy. The number of people that come down to visit is truly amazing to me. I grew up in a small town, so seeing more people on the beach in Haeundae that live in my hometown was shocking the first time I saw it. But also there's so much to do on the beach apart from just sunbathing and swimming. There are different water sports you can do. You can see all the people in their tubes. there's always, somebody playing volleyball on the beach, or they have got a net set up so you can do that. There's soccer. There's so much that you can do in addition to the beach. There's carnival games like dart popping. You can get your fortune read. There are even snacks from vendors all over the place. So basically, if you can imagine a beach scene in any famous movie, and you get the feeling that's close to Haeundae.
So Koreans, we love to see an increase of exchange students, foreigners, tourists. We love it. But many people obviously go to the capital in Seoul. But we are seeing an increase in Busan these days of both exchange students and overseas foreigners as well as foreign residents. Do you actually feel, you've been living there for quite some time now, do you actually feel that yourself?
Well, in Haeundae, not so much. The beach area itself has always been a very popular place for foreigners to visit and hang out. In fact, the first time I came here, if you wanted certain foreign foods like Thai or Indian food, Haeundae was one of the very few places you could get them. However, one of the biggest changes I have noticed is the amount of young people at the beaches. Since a lot of people are coming just to study, it really makes sense. But Haeundae itself is a huge tourist destination for Koreans as well. So in terms of people on the beach, I'd say the percentage is about the same as it was when I first came here for Koreans to foreign visitors. But where you do see the influence of foreigners is closer to the universities, particularly in the Gyeongsangndae, Gukyeongdae area, where we do have a lot of international stores popping up to deal with all of the international students we have arriving here.
Now, you did say yourself that Haeundae is one of the biggest locations for tourists, and if not, probably the most popular place in Busan when it comes to tourists. Are there any locations would you recommend for foreign tourists when they come and visit Haeundae? And for the summer, obviously, that's the best time to go. Maybe something related to that you wrote in your magazine that you have written recently.
Definitely. Haeundae itself, one of the surprising things about Haeundae is that the district itself is one of the larger districts in Busan. But as far as what to do there in the summertime, you definitely have to hit up the beach. But once you've grown tired of the sun and the sand, there's always lots of other things to do. There's the Haeundae Blue Line Park, which is a great option. It's a train line that connects Mipo to Sungjang Beach, which Mipo is on the northwest end of Haeundae. It takes you along the old rail line that used to connect coastal cities before it was replaced. You can also walk the trail if you're feeling up to it. It's about 4.8 kilometers. They also have the Sky Capsule, which is an interesting take on the train. It's a kind of a private up to 4 people in a capsule, runs above the train line, and really gives you stunning views of the ocean. Other things to do that you shouldn't miss in Haeundae, which is located behind Haeundae's old train station, is now a unique district. They call it the Heridonggil, where unique cafes, stores, restaurants. It really has a youthful vibe, and it's a very trendy area. It's built in the older buildings that date back to when the area wasn't as popular of a place to live. Most of the buildings have been renovated, but they still really keep their original character. And if you're into viewing fish, there's always the Busan Aquarium. Busan X the Sky in the LCT building gives you a view of Haeundae, and there are lots of parks to sit and get shade during the heat of the day.
So much to do. I mean, Sky Capsule and Blue Line Park, those are things that I still have to check out. But Chris, was there any moment you felt, okay, right, this is summer in Korea? When do you feel that K-summer vibe?
Well, every year it happens around about the middle of June, and that's when I start to see people really coming into the city. One of the biggest tells is just the number of people in the water. A lot of Koreans don't go swimming very much until it gets really warm. There are people in the water all year round, but they're limited to swim clubs and they have to have special permission. But summer in Busan gets hot, and so people flock to the water and into the water instead of just looking at it, and that's one of the biggest tells. Around mid-June, early July, it starts to get hot and the beaches start to fill up. And that really is when I start feeling that summer is approaching in Busan.
Right, and Busan is also establishing itself now as a global city, and quite a number of international events are happening near Haeundae. So what are some venues you can mention where that's all happening?
Well, probably the most famous place is the Nurimaru APEC House, which hosted the APEC, the Asian Pacific Economic Corporation Conference in 2005. And they built a nice little, I guess, a pavilion house that continues to be a reflection of the hope of that conference. It's set on Dongbek Island, and it's free to enter, so anybody who wants to visit can go there. But in terms of hosting events currently, probably the most popular place, the most used place is Bexco, which is the Busan Convention Center. Now,
Right.
Bexco hosts so many events that it's really hard to give you a number. I'd say something happens there every week, and a lot of the conferences do end up being international in focus. They attract conferences from all over the world, and I guess there are other places in Haeundae, like the Asian Culture House in Jongsan area, which is dedicated to sharing Asian culture with Korea and the rest of the world. So those are some places that really help promote Busan as an international place.
I have to agree to that because whenever I host an international event outside of Seoul, most of it happens in Busan these days.
Right, exactly. And for me, I've been to Busan numerous times, and for me personally, I always go for the food. So we can't talk about Busan without talking about the food. Now, Chris, are there any must tries you would recommend to foreigners when we talk about like Haeundae or like food in Busan in particular?
Oh, definitely. Busan has a unique food culture because of its refugee city status. We've got daejigukbap and milmyeon that came from like the reminiscences of the Korean War with the refugees coming down here. So there's even this debate between which one is better, daejigukbap or milmyeon. But I think if you're going to go to Haeundae in the summer, I would have to have a bowl of milmyeon with a side of dumplings. There's a traditional market right next to the beach. Pick up some shike, some ice cream, as well as seafood. They especially sell really good eel. But if you're looking for something a little more trendy, there's Delmaji Hill, which is the Muntan Road, which has a lot of many trendy cafes to check out, as well as taking in a view of the ocean while you're doing it. Or you can go to the Haeundae. Also, all of the one-star Michelin restaurants are in Haeundae. So if you're up to some fine dining, you can give that a shot. There's lots of good Indian restaurants, as I said, between the subway station and the beach. But I really think that if I had to pick just one food that represents Haeundae and Busan, it would be milmyeon. I think that the history of the refugee city and the ingenuity that the city's grandparents had to recreate their favorite dishes with strange ingredients really shows how the resilience of the city.
And I also have to mention bokguk or pufferfish soup, is
Yes,
it?
I've had that.
Right,
Really.
so much to eat in Busan. Now, our final question to you, Chris. If you had a friend or a family member visit you in Busan right now, but in Haeundae for just one day, and you would have to set up a course, very briefly, how would that day look like?
Oh, that's a tough question. That's a really good question. There's so much to do in Haeundae that it's really hard to just limit it to like one day. But if I had somebody come and they weren't wanting to go to the beach, the one-day course I would start with along the beach by taking the Blue Line Park, the capsule train to Cheongsapo, and then walking to the Darital Observatory, which has a glass walkway over the ocean. Then I take the Blue Line Park back to Mipo, spend the rest of the morning on the beach before grabbing some lunch. Then we spend the afternoon walking on the clay trail in the Sangnim Park, and then checking out the APEC house and resting in the Dongbek Island to avoid the heat of the afternoon. If they like shopping, I would take them on a quick trip to Centum City area of Haeundae. Check out the largest department store in the world, as well as the Busan Cinema Center, and check out the Museum 1 to see their multimedia art exhibits before returning to the beach area and catching the sunset at the top of the LCT Tower at Busan X the Sky, and basically watching the sunset there and getting a cup of coffee at the highest cafe in Busan.
Wow. Walter, did you get that all down?
Yeah, I made sure to get at least the first half down.
Okay. Well, thank you, Chris, for all those great tips and sharing the Haeundae vibe with us today. And have a great summer.
Thank you very much, and have a good one as well.
Thanks. And thank you, Walter, for always sharing the great cultural wave vibes here on the program. And
Yes.
we'll see you back tomorrow.
Let's go to Busan.
Okay, let's do so. Thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave. Please join us again tomorrow on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Korea time, and maybe one day here in Korea.